If Valkyrie Funds and Grayscale products, their earlier trust products are any indication of the future, this is a road to an ETF product.
Gregg, welcome back. Thanks for giving us some time today.
Of course, Brandon. Thank you.
So the reason why we wanted to have you on was there was an announcement this week of a fund, an HBAR-backed fund from a new entity that I hadn't heard about in the past called Canary Capital. That's the fund manager. Can you give us some details on who Canary Capital is and maybe some around this HBAR fund in particular?
Absolutely. It's really exciting. I was speaking on stage yesterday, in fact, at it was a packed audience at Missouri Mainnet, and was being interviewed by a reporter from NASDAQ. And we were discussing sort of the significance of what the Canary Capital team is really doing here. And I think for starters, it's a very experienced team. So Steve McClurg, who's the CEO of Canary Capital, has over 20 years of really deep investment experience. And he's bridged TradFi and crypto. He and his team previously brought to market the Valkyrie Bitcoin ETF, which was later acquired by CoinShares. So he knows what it takes to work with the SEC to get an investment product listed on NASDAQ. And he's brought several of these NASDAQ listed products to market, both single asset cryptocurrency funds, as well as multi-asset funds like the Bitcoin and ETH blended products. So, he's got the experience in terms of the team. And today, there's a real problem in the market, and the US market specifically, right? For US businesses, it's very difficult for them to directly hold digital assets. Now, it could be for accounting reasons, for custody reasons. There are many existing systems and service providers that just haven't yet fully integrated a crypto solution. And, we, of course, at the HBAR Foundation are laser focused at seeing that adoption change. But that doesn't change, the reality of where we are today. And so that's part of what makes this news so significant. It's really, this is the first easily accessible institutional access point for US buyers to acquire and hold HBAR in a wrapper that doesn't require the complexities of the business trying to figure out how to custody HBAR, how to custody other digital assets, how to report them, how to value them on their financial statements. These are all solved. So it's addressing that really big hurdle to US domestic adoption. And this is for corporations, it's for registered investment advisors, it's for high net worth family offices. So big capital sources. And so that's why it's a solution that was very much needed for, the US market.
Well, Gregg, I think you're hitting exactly on my next question there, focusing on US, but I've covered another fund that was established by Valor that's on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Can you just tell us the differences and why it's important to add this one to our stable, so to speak, as far as HBAR-backed products?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, of course, the Valor HBAR ETP is listed in Frankfurt, which is a great solution for, the German market, but US capital markets are over 23 times the size. So to begin with, the scale is dramatically different. And where corporations exist, they have to abide by regulations and requirements that are specific to their geographic incorporations. And so there's a different user base really here that is being targeted that may not have been able to access the Valor product. But it's great that those products exist in other parts of the world to be able to address a European segment.
That makes perfect sense. So I know you've been doing a lot of work. Your past career was on Wall Street. So can you just tell us how you've established these relationships that resulted in the creation of this fund?
Yeah. So, Canary Capital is a new firm, right? They just came out of stealth mode with this. This is their first product. But it's a very well-known team. And so, the HBAR Foundation really led this partnership with Canary when they expressed interest in bringing this product to market. And I think they specifically sought out HBAR as their first product because of the unique characteristics. The fact that HBAR is the most used cryptocurrency and network, public network by institutions and by transaction count. And so the governing council composed of Google and IBM and Nomura and other financial institutions and technology companies, that was part of the attraction. And so I think Steve, having been in this industry, in the cryptocurrency broadly industry for a long time, really recognized the differentiating factors of Hedera. And this is a new product that gives those that similarly believe in the unique features of Hedera from a technology level as well as from a financial level to gain access to that. And so that's quite exciting.
I'm curious I got a question last night asking, these guys are probably getting some kind of a sweetheart deal. Can you give us any details on that? I'm not sure if you can, but if you can, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, so financial products are very regulated. So there isn't a sweetheart deal here to be had. We're really excited that this product exists today, that it was filed and that it will be accessible. The Canary Capital team really is driving the ship in terms of the structure, the fees, etc. And that will be what are part of their business decisions. But it's really a story of access.
Well, Gregg, let's widen our lens out here a little bit. And from your perspective, what does this mean for the HBAR market and investors' access to this and future HBAR-backed products?
Yeah, I mean, it's crystal ball, of course, but if Valkyrie funds and Grayscale products, their earlier trust products are any indication of the future, this is a road to an ETF product. I do think it's a very long road, right? Uplifting a private trust or filing, a new product for an ETF is a dialogue with the SEC. It requires comment periods and feedback, but it's the right path, which I think is the point. And similarly, it means that HBAR is, I would say, more likely to be included in crypto basket ETF products down the road, which I think is one that I'm personally very bullish on, because the disclosures, the legal disclosures that are required will already be hammered out. They'll be publicly available for others to go and view. And the speed to market approach is now there. Similarly, and maybe of more significance than the product itself, is that the format of the HBAR trust here brings in new TradFi service providers. It brings in new market makers. It brings in valuation firms, financial analysts, bank coverage, media coverage. These players now are coming in that have greater sources of capital, greater market reach. They're touching a lot of different asset classes, and we've now created, or the team here at Canary has created this product that is accessible not just to their end investors, but to themselves, right? To these organizations, to these institutions that can now expand their repertoire of cryptocurrency products.
Gregg, do you think the way that Hedera has positioned itself, having a governing council with these blue chip companies, with being very focused on utility and enterprise adoption, do you think that puts us in a better place as far as being included in one of these cryptocurrency basket ETFs or getting its own ETF at some point in the future?
I think it's differentiated. And sometimes being different is even better than being the number one of a variety of different features. And Hedera is the number one of a variety of different features. But the fact that it differentiates itself through its distributed corporate governance, that is a huge thing. And so I do think it is a benefit to the ecosystem. And really excited to see where this product goes.
Well, Gregg, thank you so much for hopping on here today. We really appreciate you taking the time. This is a really big milestone, so congratulations, and you are welcome back anytime if you have more updates like this.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
I'm now posting these interviews of Hedera builders independently to my channel. The community, influencers, and media outlets are free to use this content to spread the word on what's being built on Hedera. Once they're all uploaded, you'll be able to go to my channel and search for whatever topic or team you're interested in to find more information. Or you'll be able to get the most recent Hedera news by watching the latest HBAR Weekly update. So check them out.